That is the. So let us start. In the last class, we had discussed about paramita. Okay, we had discussed the 10 types of paramitas, if you remember. So we had discussed about dana paramita, sila paramita, shanti paramita, virya paramita, dhyana paramita, prajna paramita, and these are the 6. And then we had discussed about the rest, such adhitthana, metta, and upekha. And we had discussed about the definitions, characteristics, function, manifestations, and paćupatthāna, that is the immediate cause. We had discussed already in a very detailed manner, in an exhaustive manner. So today we are going to discuss about, and we have seen that these 10 types of paramitas are necessary for getting a state of eternal bliss. A bodhisattva tries to fulfill all these 10 types of paramitas. It is not necessary that all the paramitas are being taken all together in at one time, but any one or two can be taken by a bodhisattva. But there are other things also for a bodhisattva, who can get a state of eternal bliss. So we are going to discuss that what are the 8 conditions for becoming a Buddha, an enlightened persons. For a bodhisattva, how, whether they can get a state of eternal bliss or not, we are going to discuss in that manner. So you will see that how this Manussattaṃ, Liṅgasampatti, sattharadassanam. So these are the 4, and the remaining also adhikára, chago, parichaga. So these all together there are 8 kinds of the conditions through which a bodhisattva can fulfill for becoming a Buddha. So we are going to discuss one by one. So let us see. First is called as Manussattaṃ, and I have given you the material related with the. If you see the Bhikkhu Bodhi, he has given in a very detailed manner. If you see, so how he has discussed all things in a very detailed manner, we'll discuss one by one. So if you go through the Bhikkhu Bodhi, then he has seen, given that these are the 8 conditions through which a person can become a state of, can get a state of enlightenment. So let us discuss one by one that what are these 8 conditions. So first is called as a Manussattaṃ. Manussattaṃ means that there is a prani which is called as Manussatta. So if you see that what are the conditions, then you will find that the first condition for becoming a Buddha is that a person must have taken birth in the form of human being. Manussatta, sattoti manusso, who is Manussa or who is man. That manussasattam iti manusso, that a human being is that whose mind is more elevated than other persons, other animals. That if you go through the Milinda Pahiyo, you will see that what is the difference between animals and man. Animals have only manasikar, attentiveness. It does not have prajna. But Acārya Nagasen, In Milind Pahyō, he says that a man has manasikar as well as pañca, both. He has attentiveness as well as the right understanding. An animal does not have the quality to make distinction between the moral dhammas and the immoral dhammas. But a manusya has the quality to, or he has the virtue, or you can say he has the quality to make a distinction between what is wrong, what is immoral, and what is immoral. So in that sense, it is called as akusal or kusala. So in that sense, it is called as manussasattam. So this manussasattam is that only man can get a state of enlightenment, not any nag, supan, hathi, or other persons. Even a hermaphrodite, that is the napunsanka, he cannot get a state of eternal bliss. Even a manusya satta means only the male, not woman, can get enlightenment, buddhatva. That buddhatva only can be achieved by our mm, men, not by women. So this is called, if you go through that, only the man can get a state of that is the buddhatva, that is the Buddhahood, not other one. So neither nag, not supin, even there are other qualities also among the manusya also, that a man must have the Chakravati king also. There are so many qualities which have been given in the text also, that he must be having the Mahapurusha Lakkhana. Mahapurusha Lakkhana means that there must be 32 characteristics of Mahapurusha and 80 types of Anubhyanjanas a person must have. Then he can get, not all the human beings, but only Mahapurusha. Buddha was Mahapurusha, you can say. He was having 32 types of characteristics, Mahapurusha Lakshana, as well as 80 types of Anubhyanjanas. So this is called as a Manussattaṃ. And again, next is called as Liṅgasampatti. Sampatti is in the sense of, in general sense, it is called as Sampatti means wealth. But here, Liṅgasampatti is in the sense of attainment of the Ling, that is the only men have the quality of the Ling, not women. So that is the quality has been given for, this is the second condition, that a person must have attainment of the Ling. There are 10, if you go through that, that's the 32 types of Mahapurusha Lakshana. Out of the 32, the 10th is, that is the Liṅgasampatti. The Liṅgasampatti means only the a person who has the masculinity, only he can get a state of Buddhahood, not other one. So this is the aspirations that is, and who can get Abhinihāra? There is a conditions means Abhinihāra. Abhinihāra means that is a person who aspires for getting a state of Buddhahood. Abhi is in the sense of excellent, special, and profound. So Nihar means that is a person who aspires in a excessive or a special manner. So in that sense, these are the 8 conditions through which a person can achieve Buddhahood. So this is the Liṅgasampatti. and it is also called that, and it is very interesting that Buddha also says that chattaro banna samsamahunti, and even in the Majjhima Nikaya, Bahudhatuk Sutta, Buddha says that women are as intelligent as men are, and they are also capability to get a state of Nibbana also. But regarding Buddhahood, there is another that there are conditions which have been made that only who are having attainment of the masculinity, only they can get a state of Buddhahood. So this is the case, and Buddha praises the quality or wisdom of the woman also as many times, and he praises the intelligentsia of Dhammadinna, Patachara, and other some of the nuns also at that time, that they are as intelligent as the other bhikkhus, male bhikkhus are, and they are capable for a state of eternal bliss also. So, but here in that sense that a bodhisattva who is aspiring for getting Buddhahood, there is a conditions that a person must have the attainment of the masculinity. So this is the another, and this is called in the Buddhavan's Katha also. And in Buddhavan's also, these 8 conditions have been explained in a very detailed manner. In Jatakat Katha also, in Suttanipāta Katha also, they have been discussed in a very detailed manner. Again, in Hetu, the third is called as Hetu. That here Hetu is achievement of necessary supporting conditions. Hetu chasa pachayoti hetu. That hetu is in the sense of mūlapaṇidhāna hetu. It is has been defined that hetu or conditions are in the sense of roots also. So even for a man who aspires and only succeeds for one endowed with necessary supporting conditions, one who has achieved the requisite causal foundations, not for anyone else. So there are some causal conditions which have been given in the text also. So I just give you that what are the things that he must have potentiality of the Buddha Bij in him also. And Dipankar Buddha, if you go through the Dipankar Buddha, he was having and he marked the Bodhisattva and he said that Sumedha has the potentiality Buddha Bij and sprout Buddha Ankura to of becoming the Buddha also. So this is the, you can say, Hetu. And in the text, if you go through the text, it has been discussed in a very detailed manner. So just that what is the Hetu, Liṅgasampatti, Satthār. So these are 8 have been discussed in a very detailed manner in the text also. And it has been said that Manussattaṃ Liṅgasampatti Hetu sattharadassanam pabbajjā gunasampatti adhikāro cha chandatā. These are the 8 conditions which have been given for aspiring to become Buddha. So first is the pabbajjā, first is the manussasattam, that he must be a human being. And second is the Liṅgasampatti, he must have attainment of the masculinity. And third is the Hetu. Fourth is the Satthāradassanaṃ, that visualizing Sattha, that is the teacher in person. And fifth is the Pabbajjā, that he must have taken renunciation or having taken ordinations into the Buddhist Sangha, and Guṇasampatti, that is the attainment of the qualities. This is the sixth one, and seventh is called as adhikára, that is the adhikāroti chago or chandatá. Is the last condition, that is the eighth conditions, which is the a wish or desire to become Buddha. So these have been discussed in a very detailed manner in the our Buddhavansa Aṭṭha-katha, in the Suttanipāta Aṭṭha, and in Jataka Aṭṭha. So it has been said in a very detailed manner in the text also. So here, if you go through the that what is the manussya jati, that it has been said that not other than manussya, that is the human being, that whose mind is more elevated, and lingasampatti is the purusha bhavo, that is a person must have the bhav, that is the nature of the masculinity, and even matu gam napunsak ubhato benjana. So a napunsak person cannot be a Buddha also. So he has been, even Nag, Supurna, they cannot become Buddha. So these are some of the qualities. So these have been discussed. And what is the Hetu? What are the conditions? Hetu means that is the cause. What are the conditions they have been? That is the Hetu ti arhatas sampatti. That it is the excessive dependent. Sampatti, it is the excessive dependent of becoming arhat. So these are, what are the arhat? If you go through the text, then you will find the four magga, four phala, that is the sotapati magga, sagdagami magga, anagami magga, arhat magga, sotapati phala, sagdagami phala, arhat, sagdagami, anagami phala, and arhat phala. So these are 8 kinds of, you can say, stages through which, so these are called as hetu, that is the conditions. So this is called, as you can say. Now, what is Satthāradassanam? Satthāradassanam is the Buddhanam samukha samukha dassanam, that a person must have seen the Buddha, and he has to take aspirations that I have to become Buddha in any case. So Buddha, that is called as Satthāradassanam. Satthāradassanam, that visualizing Buddha in person himself. And before the Buddha, he has to aspire himself that I have to become Buddha. So in that sense, it is called as Satthāradassanam. So in the text, it has been said in the Suttanipāta Aṭṭha that how this has been said. Again, in the case of Satthāradassanam, that it is the a person must be in personal presence of the teacher. Teacher means that is the Buddha also. And the aspiration only succeeds when made by one aspiring in the presence of the living Buddha. So a Buddha must be, you can say, present before a person before aspiring to become a Buddha. If Buddha is not available, a person cannot aspire that I have to become a Buddha also. So that is why Maitre Buddha, we are saying that a Maitre Buddha will come. So Maitre Buddha has taken birth at the time of the Buddha himself, 2600 years before, and he has seen the Buddha himself, and then he had made aspirations to become a Buddha, and he is in the process of, you can say, getting a Buddhahood, and he is performing the paramitas, Dana paramita, Sil paramita, Shanti paramita, and how many years it will take to become a Buddha, nobody knows. So in that process, it is called as Satthāradassanaṃ. And it is said that one has passed into Parinibbāna. When met after the exalted one had passed into Parinibbāna before a shrine at the foot of the Bodhi tree in front of a image or in the presence of the Pacceka Buddhas or Buddha's disciple, the aspiration does not succeed. So here it is said that if you go to the Bodhi tree and you make aspirations that I have to become a Buddha, you cannot become. And even going to the Chaityas or the temple, Buddhist temple, or any to the disciples of the Buddha, and making aspirations does not make any success to become a Buddha also. So this aspirations only succeeds when made in the presence of the Buddhas. So aspiration must be done in presence of the Buddha, for only those possesses a spiritual power adequate to the loftiness of the experience. So this is called, as you can say. And what is the pabbajjā? Pabbajjā means aspirations takes only place after taking, you can say, ordinations into the Buddha. And nekham is neskarma, renunciation from the house, that is the after hearing the teachings of the Buddha, if a person leaves his house, makes renunciation, and takes a life of a recluse, and then in the presence of the exalted. So if one person who has make pabbajjā in presence of the Buddha himself, that only goes forth, not other, you can say either bhikkhu or some other persons. So this is called, as you can say, pabbajjā. And in Pali text, if you go through the Pali text, you will find that pabbajjā has been defined as a pabbajjāti anagarya bhavo. Anagarya means that renouncing the household life and taking a life of recluse. Socha kho asane va kam वादी क्रिय वादित वसेन वटति जथा सुमेध panditassa. Just like in the case of Sumedha Pandit, he had renounced his household life and then he has taken a life. And again, the text says that so he Sumedho namu tapaso hutva panidehi. Panidehi meant that he had taken a vow. Pranadhi. Pranadhi means he has made a vow that I have to become a Buddha. So pabbajjā is that making ordinations in the presence of the Buddha, that is called as a pabbajjā. And then next is called as gunasampatti. So here gunasampatti is the achievement of the good qualities or the noble qualities. And this is the achievement of such noble qualities as the direct knowledge of abhinīhāra. There are 5 types of abhinīhāra. Abhinīhāra means intuitive knowledge. Abhi plus ya. Abhi is api iti atireka vishesh arth dipako. That abhi is in the sense of excellent and profound or special. Ya means that is the knowledge. There are 5, you can say. That is the this is that is 5 types of that is dibchakhu, dibsota, dibghana, parachit bijanana, and asavkhayan. There are 5 types of abhinīhāra. That is the dibchakhu means he has the divine eye, he has the divine ear, he has the divine, you can say, flavor, he has the quality of knowing the parachit, that is the consciousness of others, and he has the knowledge of asavakya, destruction of the four types of asavas, namely kamasav, bhavasav, ditthyasav, and abhijjāsav. So in that sense, this is called as good qualities, and this is called as gunasampatti. Another that this is the that the aspiration or abhinihāra only succeeds when made by one who has gone forth, who has renounced the household life and gained the 8 meditative attainment samapatti. There are aṭṭha-samāpattis, that is the 4 rupajhan and 4 arupajhan. These are called as aṭṭha-samāpattis, and 5 types of mundane types of direct knowledge, and 5 types of mundane types of direct knowledge, that is the abhiññā, intuitive knowledge, namely Divchakku, Divsota, Divghana, Parachit Vijanana, and Asabkaya Yan. So he must have. If does not succeeds for one devoid of these qualities, if a person does not have any one of these qualities, a person cannot get success in getting Buddhahood. So again, in the text, if Guṇasampatti has been defined in Pali as Guṇasampatti ti jhana adi gun patilabho, that it is the attainment of the jhana adi gun. Gun means the qualities related with the rupajhan and the rupajhan. That is the aṭṭha-samāpattis, what we have discussed just now. And again, pabbajjā pihi gunasampannassa ijjhati na itrassa, not other than, only you can say one who has renounced the household life. Jatha sumedha panditassa, so he pañca-abhiññāyo aṭṭha-samāpatti abhi panidehi. So there are aṭṭha-samāpatti and the 5 types of intuitive knowledge. These are the good or noble qualities which are required for for getting Buddhahood by a person. So this is called as gunasampatti. So next is called as, if you go through the text, then you will find that adhikaro. So adhikaro is called as chago. So what is the adhikar? Adhi means that is the more, you can say. So that is extreme dedication or devotion, you can say. The expression only exceeds for one endowed with apposite qualities. So if a person does not have bhakti, bhakti means here it is not bhakti in the sense of you can say making refuge before the Almighty God, but here it is in the sense of bhakti, that here a person must have faith towards the Tisarana, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and in that sense, this is the extreme dedication. If a person who does not have sampasadana lakhana saddha, sampakhandana lakhana chati, he cannot have the, you can say, quality of adhikára. So this is the, you can say, and the expressions only success for one endowed with a present qualities, who at the time of has such a strong devotion for the Buddha that he has prepared relinquish his very life for them. So this is called as adhikāra. So in Pali, it has been defined in the text Buddhavansa Atkatha that adhikaro ti parichāgo attho, that it is in the sense of a parityag. Parityag means that great devotion. What is the great devotion? That is the jivit adi parichag hi katva paṇidhānassetaṃ ijjati na itoropi pa. That upon sacrificing of one life, that it is in that sense that for the sake of extreme devotion, you are giving your life to someone. This is called as adhikára. Yatha Sumed Pandit has also sacrificed his body for the sake of others also. So in that sense, it is called as adhikaro. And next is called as, if you go through the text, you will find chandatá. Chandatá means desire or a strong desire. And there is a desire which is also called as tanha. And then if tanha turns into an action, or an desire is translated into an action, then it is called as a balvati tanha or balvati trishna, or a strong desire. And this, what is the strong desire? This is the wish for accomplishment. Accomplishment means to achieve the ultimate goal, to become a Buddha. So one possesses of the appropriate qualities. If a person does not have a strong desire, he cannot get to Buddhahood. So in that sense, it is called as chandatá. And in the Pali text, if you go through the Pali text, it has been said that chandatá kattu kammayata sa yas balvati hoti. Chandu kammaya katu kamyata. Katu kamyata means a desire to do. Desire to means desire to accomplish your work. In that sense, it is called as chandatá. Sa yasa balvati hoti, and when it becomes strong, tas ijjati, then it succeeds, not other than. So in that sense, it is the chandatá. And these are the 8 conditions which are required by a bodhisattva who is aspiring for attainment of the Buddha. And only a bodhisattva who is a man who can get the Buddhahood. So this is the 8 kinds of the, you can say, conditions which have been called as a Abhinihāra, or you can say the 8 conditions for becoming Buddha. So this is has been called is in a text that is Manussattaṃ, Liṅgasampatti, Hetu sattharadassanam, chandatā rāgaditihi, Hetu chandatā, that is the chandatā, last one. So these are the 8 conditions which are required by a person to become a Buddha. So these have been discussed in our Buddhavansat Katha, Jatakat Katha, and then Suttanipāta Katha, as well as in Buddhavans also. So let us finish here.